massive day for the unemployed. Ludwig is in hot water and his house of cards on Twitch is falling down. The dude is a rat and a parasite that people are seeing through that. A couple days ago, I made a video about a streamer who got too drunk at Ludwig's event and started being weird towards the girls. But little did we know, Ludwig was enabling his behavior.
Hey everybody! Mango just blew up 132!
I'm no longer inviting Mango to Mobile News events. Cause like, you know, it's a privilege to go to an event, man. Like
Ludwig when Mango's blood alcohol concentration is 0.32.
Let's shoot for 40!
Okay, dude.
Okay, Mango is like an alcoholic. Mango can drink 30 beers and act the same he does off no beer.
Bro says Mango is an alcoholic and proceeds to invite him to his drinking event. Oh, and by the way, retards on Reddit, I'm not defending Mango either. It's almost like two things can be true at once. Wow.
Sometimes my genius is... it's almost frightening.
He's a machine of a
He
man.
said he had 7 beers already today.
If you ask him how many beers he's had lifetime, it's probably above 10,000. He's the two-time champion. He's never lost.
We got a new PB! Guys, Mango just blew a .25!
Bro is trashed. A 0.25 is not a joke. He weighs between like 160 and 180 pounds. He's had about like 11 or 12 drinks at this point.
Mango just blew a .32.
That is my guy.
Hey everybody! Mango just blew a .32!
Just to be clear, that is dangerous. That's not good. That's not good. That's dangerous.
Let's up those numbers!
You know, in the moment, he's encouraging it, having a vibe, but then when reality sets in, he's like, by golly, a drunk guy did something stupid. I gotta distance myself.
now I see a lot of dialogue on like broader implications. I'm only worried about my team,
Self.
Everybody, get your second race ready to go!
Wait, do it. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I thought you were Mango. I got confused.
F***ing me. He's f***ing me from behind. Get off me. Oh my god. He's rushed so nicely.
Yeah, the exhale there is right, dickweed. When you see your friend there in that situation, you should probably help him and, you know, get him out of there. Even Mango's wife saw this and responded to the situation. Let's check this out. But since I'm not bound by Keo as a civilian, at Ludwig, I f***ing watched you on stream asking for Mango to take shots. Of course, your little teeny bopper viewer ass wants to pretend that never happened. People were vomiting at your event and you never once decided to pull. Ludwig. All my homies hate Ludwig. I hope you enjoy your grace for banning Mango while encouraging him to get f***ing wasted. F*** you, Lud. Word for word. I need to do a shot. Where's Mango? And then people wonder, why do people hate Ludwig? He's such a good guy. The #2 political streamer himself even called him a golden retriever.
When people hate Ludwig, dude, think about that. This man is a fucking golden retriever. He is mathematically crafting takes that are the most kind, empathetic, and inoffensive you can possibly be.
Funnily enough, Hasan Adolf Diddy Bin Laden Piker here described why people hate Ludwig.
Golden retriever.
Yeah, he literally is a dog, old yeller, and your time has come. It's time for you to wrap it up. No party like a Luddy party.
I don't think Ludwig deserves haters either, but he still gets them.
I'd argue Ludwig doesn't deserve fans for his inauthenticity, but I'm not gonna lie, his main channel videos are good. Like, objectively, they are good. Like, I'm not baselessly gonna hate on him, you know, he has his moments. You know, that chess boxing stuff sponsored by Fadsley, that's tough. May Allah drone strike Ludwig. Spending all night goading the alcoholism of a friend you've known for 10 years, then publicly disowning them when it goes south is crazy work.
That's dangerous.
Let's up those numbers!
TBF, Mango is an adult that's responsible for his own actions. Yeah, no Sherlock. Never said otherwise, but it's slimy to egg him on all night, be in the frame of all the clips, watch the harassment all night, not ask him to leave, but then publicly disown him the next day after the clips blow up, lol. You know, at the end of the day, even bouncers kick people out from nightclubs that are throwing up or being, you know, too belligerently drunk. So if you're hosting an event, I feel like you should, you know, be responsible. With friends like Ludwig, you don't even need enemies. Guy's a massive POS who only cares about his image. Now, if you're missing context from this situation, maybe you missed my last video or God forbid you have a job. Nevertheless, Mango actually lost his gaming organization and stopped being invited to pro tournaments, which is, you know, a pretty big hit to him. You know, Ludwig was quick to jump into the fray, disavowing Mango, but as soon as everyone turns on him, he's radio silent, dropping merch and, you know, ignoring everyone. Quick to address someone else's drama, but never your own. Spike would never. You know, that's literally death by 1,000 cuts.
Bankai.
For a second, my love for Bleach almost distracted me from my hate for Ludwig. You know, even the virgins on Reddit were unhappy about this one. This was going generational on livestream fail. Ludwig ignores concerns he might be enabling Mango's alcoholism. Yeah, that's not a great look. Hindsight is 20/20, but knowing someone is an alcoholic and being asked directly if you think you're enabling them and hand-waving, it is not great. You can't expect him to be an expert at dealing with an addict, but encouraging someone that blew a .25 to see if they can go higher? Jesus. You see, this is what's called a functioning alcoholic, and this is to go even further beyond. Cheering for a .32 blood alcohol is crazy work. Seriously, that's actually dangerous. And you know, when Reddit's the voice of reason, you know you're cooked. Despite pushing 40, Pokimane here was actually the voice of reason as well.
7 beers already today.
You know, her spidey senses are tingling. She's like, eee.
Okay, Mango is like an alcoholic.
Girls, fear not. Mango's an alcoholic. He can handle a couple of beers.
So I feel really bad about that. And
who would have ever predicted if you give an alcoholic some liquor, something would happen, huh?
I am the liquor.
Julian.
I could have hired an Indian to edit this, but I did it myself, so subscribe. Also, is it just me, or I feel like there's a lot of liability recording these cringy streamer drinking parties? Like, when alcohol's involved, you never know what's gonna happen, so I think this is a rookie mistake in itself.
WestJett, Mango's like 40. He should be handling his own liquor.
Guys, Mango just blew a .25!
You know, at least Miskiff wasn't there, because we all know he would have covered it up.
For legal reasons, that's a joke.
If you're having him blow a breathalyzer and being like, oh my god, he's like triple the legal limit, you're part of the problem. Wouldn't you be like, hey, I'm Ludwig, I'm almost 30 years old. I probably know that this guy shouldn't be drinking so much.
Yo, I like this guy. He called out his age instantly.
Taking advantage of somebody with substance problems for entertainment purposes, and then when it goes wrong, you just blame them. He harasses these women all night, and they don't do... Why doesn't Ludwig stop this sooner?
No, it's because genuinely Ludwig thought nothing was wrong with it until he started getting backlash.
But also, like, from my perspective, and just to like give like what my perspective is, it's really difficult when there are a lot of people in a lot of different areas to keep eyes on everybody and see what they're doing.
Wrong. I mean, that would make sense if Mango literally wasn't the center of attention during all of this. Tectone with hair had a good take here.
Instead of Ludwig blaming all of this on Mango, I think he should stop doing events with alcohol. If you want to be a squeaky clean advertiser, brand-friendly content creator,
these guys have been friends for a while, and to me, Ludwig just feels like a piece of shit. I think people would also respect Ludwig a lot more if instead of, you know, putting everything on Mango, he came out and acknowledged that he was enabling him in a way.
Let's up those numbers!
He did. A lot of these streamers are genuinely stunted. If you see that their age is 33, in their head, they're actually 23 because, you know, outside of university or like whatever, they actually haven't had much real-world experience. They sort of live in their own bubble, and that bubble's about to pop. Even the 43-year-old Genshin Impact player chimed in.
I think Ludwig is a f***ing liar. I think he's a f***ing snake, and I think he would throw anybody under the bus to avoid a hate threat of his own. Ludwig, when you invite your friend, a known alcoholic, you will know that his weaknesses, that his vices will be there, and you don't get him kinda drunk. You get him 4 times past the legal limit, double blackout drunk, near fatal levels of intoxication. You point the camera at him, you say, good job, do more.
Ludwig. All my homies hate Ludwig.
Mango just blew a .32!
Unfortunately, we ran out of time for this video.